Hello, Astro Amigos. Welcome back. In this video, I am going to discuss the monthly detailed horoscope prediction for the fifth sign in the zodiac, which is Leo, known as Simha Rashi or Simha Lagna. I'm going to cover several major life areas ranging from career, health, business, marriage, travel, education, and much more. Before I get to that, I would like to take a few minutes to tell you the planetary placement and position this month, starting with your ascendant lord, Sun, the king of planets. It will be for the first 2 weeks transiting in the seventh house in the sign of Aquarius, along with Saturn. But in the last 2 weeks, it will transit to the eighth house in the sign of Pisces. And the same thing goes for Saturn, which will join the camp in the eighth house on March 29. Because in the eighth house, there will not only be Sun and Saturn, there will also be the north node of the moon, Rahu, as well as Mercury and Venus. So, five planet conjunction will be in your eighth house. Directly opposite is none other than Ketu, the south node of the moon, in your second house in the sign of Virgo. We see that Jupiter will be placed all month long in your 10th house in the sign of Taurus. Then Mars, the commander in chief of all planets, will be in your 11th house all month long in the sign of Gemini. Finally, Moon, Chandrama, which is the fastest moving planet, changing constellation every 2 to 3 days, will move very fast throughout the all the signs all month long. Now let's talk about the life areas, starting with the career. In terms of job and profession, it is a very dynamic month for you, which can bring sudden, massive, unexpected changes, whether good or bad, whether challenging or encouraging, can largely depend on your natal chart, on your Mahadasha, on your Antardasha, because your career lord itself, Venus, will be conjunct with four other planets, including the malefic Saturn and Rahu, in the eighth house. Right? So, Saturn from the eighth will also eventually cast a glance on the 10th house. But the beautiful thing here is you will have the complete support, blessings, and protection of none other than Jupiter. Right? So, Jupiter, Dev Guru Brihaspati, one of the most auspicious planets, the planet of expansion, opportunities, good luck, is in your 10th house of career itself. So, hopefully, it should be able to balance the situation and reduce any major unexpected negative impact to a great extent, right? But the positive of it can be sudden unexpected bonus, promotion, salary increment, elevation to a very high status, a desired job transfer, maybe assigning you a team to lead, you becoming the team leader, right? So a lot of sudden amazing changes can be experienced as well. If you don't have a job, I highly recommend keep applying and give interviews, because you never know, you might land something that is beyond your wildest imagination, that you never thought that was possible. You might land a job with your dream company, right? Because eighth house is the house of sudden transformations, sudden unexpected changes in life. If we talk about business, overall, this month is quite good for the most part for your business area. So definitely keep working hard, because you can see some good profits, revenues come your way, some possible good business deals. You might think of business expansion, but I will say try to tone down that a bit. Try to play it a little safe, because your business lord will eventually transit to the eighth house at the end of the month. So take it easy, go with the flow, but try to make the most of this month because the business area is looking to be good for the most part. And especially for those people who want to start a new business like a startup, I will say, especially if your natal chart supports it, this is a key month or one of the final months to do it, because from next month onwards, your business lord will be in the eighth house, which is not the most conducive placement because it is finally the Ashtam Bhav, right? It is a very malefic house. So the business lord transiting in the business house itself for the major part this month is good for new starting new ventures, given that your Mahadasha, Antardasha, and your natal position of certain planets support the same. If I talk about finance, overall, the financial area is looking to be very interesting this month because the planet that controls your money flow, wealth accumulation, and savings to a great extent is none other than the planet of communication, Mercury. But there will be an interesting scenario here because Mercury will be in the eighth house in debilitation, but from where it will aspect directly the second house, right? And the eighth house is also the house of sudden unexpected major profits or gains or sudden unexpected major losses. So again, it can go either way. So the best remedy would be to find a fine balance between the two extremes and try to find a good profit where you can, but not try to get too greedy. If I talk about health, overall, there is going to be a respite in terms of acute health issues for you, but there can be an increase in the coming time in relation to chronic health issues. So your focus might divert more towards that. So try to again focus on your health. Try not to ignore any chronic health related issues. Try not to basically walk bare feet. If you can, do not walk, without, like, walk with shoes on or slippers on. Do not walk bare feet. Otherwise, maybe, you could get injured uh, down there. So you need to be careful with your feet area. You also need to avoid speeding and driving any vehicle. Try to be very cautious when it comes to speeding and driving. And just maybe it might be a good time to get a regular wellness checkup around this time. If I talk about love life, overall, the time is looking to be, for the most part, it is going to be good for the love life area. For single people, you will become very much passionate, very much desiring of a new relationship. And it is a good thing to try to pursue something like that because it can fructify for you, because your yoga karaka planet Mars is literally directly impacting your fifth house, right? And Mars is a planet of action, being proactive. So overall, a good sign. For those couples already in a relationship, the time is looking to be good for the most part, although because you might be so engrossed with your work commitments, with your projects, you might not spend or devote as much time to your partner, which might create a possible rift in your relationship. So try to work on that, try to balance that. If I talk about marriage, for those people wanting to get married, this is one of the best months, especially the first 28 days to get married if you can. Again, make sure that your natal chart, Mahadasha, Antardasha are also supporting the same. But looking from a general perspective, the time is looking quite good for marriage for the first 28 days. For those couples already married, the overall relationship is looking to be smooth for the most part, quite stable, quite harmonious and peaceful. So you can certainly enjoy your married life. If I talk about travel in terms of short distance travel journey, The time is not looking as conducive. So if you can avoid doing the same, it will be better for you, right? So especially if you work like a in-person job, but you have the ability to work remotely, I will say take that offer up, or at least try to do hybrid or something like that. Try not to do too much traveling this month. If I talk about long distance travel journey vacation, the time is looking very good throughout the month, especially going to foreign countries abroad. The time is looking suitable for the same. If I talk about children, for those people having children, there can be some slight ups and downs in the relationship with your children, and it could be maybe due to you, just being caught up in your own busy life. So there can be a gap, uh, misunderstanding that needs to be worked on to clear that misunderstanding off. If I talk about those women wanting a child, hoping for hoping, looking to conceive, but not seeing much progress in that. Finally, the time is now starting to get more positive in the progeny area. So it is looking to be better moving forward. Finally, education in terms of short distance or in terms of primary education, for those students pursuing bachelor's high school, the time is looking excellent. And the same goes for higher education. For those students pursuing master's, PhD program, postdoc, the time is looking very good, and you can make excellent academic progress as long as you are very committed, work hard, and put in that effort. So overall, I believe I covered all the major life areas for my Leo Simha Rashi friends, and I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.